What's up, guys? This is Theo here. Welcome to your final tutorial, AngularJS CodeCademy walkthrough part 4. So let's get started. So I'm going to just restart this exercise so I can show you. I can do it along with you. And here we go. So it says under the header section, type in the code exactly as follows. So what we're going to do, we're going to insert this div with a directive of ngView. What ngView says, okay, Angular routing engine, this is the area in which I want to inject your templates that you give me, depending on the route that we go to. So /users, maybe inject in here the users.html file. So basically, if you've used, something like ASP.NET MVC, this is like your master layout, and then so that this sort of creates this single page application feel where this is really the main thing that we want to work with, and then slowly or dynamically throughout the application lifecycle, you can have different snippets of code or templates injected in here depending on the route. So let's run that real quick and make sure that's good to go. Cool. And then let's go over here and we'll type in this code. And I'll explain this real quick. So right up here we have our app, and the second parameter is ng-route. This says we want to use the ng-route JavaScript file, which you can see right here, and that's why that is being used and implemented. And then we can go back and we can say, okay, Angular, on the configuration part of this app's lifecycle, so usually on creation, we want to configure it. So this takes a callback, and this callback allows us to inject using dependency injection, in layman's terms, just implementing another service that has been built. And in this case, we want to use route provider, and we have access to that because we've injected this ng-route. So on this route provider, we have a few methods. We have a when method, and basically this takes two arguments. This takes the name of the route, and then it takes a configuration object. Okay, so we're saying, okay, when they go to /, which is just root, use this home controller, and also use this template URL. So we've just wrapped up this functionality in a total of 4 lines. Also, it has this otherwise function which says, okay, Angular, if it doesn't match any of these routes, then redirect it to this route. So it'll always come back to here. So that's good. Let's run that. Make sure that's good to go. And it is. So let's move on. And so one, in app.js between the when and otherwise, add another when that maps to photos ID. So I'll explain this in a second. Let's get this up and running, and then we're going to give it a configuration object like always, and we're going to say controller. We want the controller to be photo controller, and we want the template URL, that key, to be associated with views photo.html. Okay, so this /ID or /:ID, you could put, photo here. It really doesn't matter. All Angular is looking for is that there's a property in your HTML that you're passing, and it's going to pick this up, and this is going to be sent with the response body. So I'll show you guys. If you see, where is it in here? Click on a photo. Let me think, where is it? Maybe it's not in there yet. Let me see. Oh wait, I think we're looking in the wrong place. Photo.html, home.html. Here's the home, right? Okay, so this is where it's being loaded. It's saying photos/index. And remember, I told you Angular comes with this $index that's going to give us access to a lot of the properties that are in this specific index. And cool, so let's run that. Make sure this indeed works for us. So let's go to localhost 8000, and now if we click an image, we get this nice, really cool details view of our image. So that's how you can route something like that. So all we've done is we've used this /photos ID, and we've now moved it into views photo.html. So we've gone into home and photos index, So now we're on that page. And now if we look at here, we have our detail URL, and we've got all of our stuff working for us. So we mapped it to photos ID. We used route params to retrieve ID. Okay, so finish the template so that it displays a photo's details. First in the browser, visit looking at the format of the data. Each photo has 6 pieces of data: title, author, URL, pub date, upvotes, and views in the template photo.html. So let's go there, views, photo.html. We want to bind all of these. So we're going to bind detail.title. Okay, and I'll show you where these are coming from in a second. Detail.author, detail. What is this? Detail.views, detail.upvotes, and detail.pubdate. Let's make sure this is working. And that should be good to go. Let's go back to local. Let's click this real quick. And we see we have all of our information there. Format views and updates. I did, and that looks good. Let's see. Use the number filter. Oh, that's what we need to do to format views and updates. So we're going to say we're going to pipe this to a number and a number. And I think number will just round it to 2 places. Let me make sure. There we go. Let's make sure this is good to go. Okay. And we want to use the date filter for pub date. So we're going to pipe it to date, and that'll format our date nicely. Okay. Let's try running that again. And we're going to view the results. So let's look at where these details are coming from. So JavaScript, controllers, photo controller. So we're up. This is getting the data based off of the route params ID, and that's what's happening. So it's taking in a detail and photo success. Let's look at the home controller real quick. Yeah, so that's good for that. Photos controller, services, photos, JS. Yep. Okay, and app.js, let's look back here. When photos ID, use the photos controller. So it's going to use that, and it's going to get a details page. So route params is just going to allow us to look at this URL behind the scenes and call the success method, which is just going to fire off the HTTP request and store that specific photo here, and that's how we're going to gain access to it. So let's move on. So let's just read this. Why are routes useful? Instead of filling a single view with more code than needed, routes let us map URLs to self-contained controllers and templates. Furthermore, now that the app has URLs, users can easily bookmark and share the app's pages. What can we generalize so far? Directives are a way to make standalone UI components like app info. Services are a way to make standalone communication logic like forecast, which fetches weather data from a server, and routes are a way to manage containing more views. So I think we're done now with the course. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Next course up that I'm going to do is the full JavaScript course on here, so that might take a while, but stay with it, guys, and a lot of it's just practice. Some of this I am a little bit rusty on because I wouldn't say I use, everything every day like routing, but definitely if you want to build your own project, I think it's important to understand everything, even if you don't want to have that complex of routing. But hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed. Let me know what you think. And as always, guys, please subscribe to the channel. It helps out a lot. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.